So guys, thank you so much for joining today and welcome. A few words about me. I'm Adriana, Ada, whatever you would like to call me, whatever is preferable for you. I'm recruitment coordinator at Flying Wild Hawk, a Poland-based game dev company. Yeah, I'm in the industry in around 3-4 years, and love to help everyone, especially talents that would like to develop in the industry. It's super dynamic and super quick, so it's really important to keep up with the trends and what is going on in the industry. So yeah, and today I have for you some tips about resume. So everything you need to know about creating great, amazing resume that will catch an eye. I will tell you some things about the most common mistakes, how recruiters screen your resume, how does that look like, some tools for CV creations, and how to lay your resume to show everything what you would like to show. So I would say that's it from the beginning, and we can get started with some first stuff. And what I would like to tell you first is how the recruiters check your CV. Because on average, people spend around 30 seconds screening their resume. So recruiters, hiring managers, anyone that is included in the hiring process. So if something catches their attention, they will stay for longer and read your full resume, all the important details. But if they don't see anything key for the role, they will basically skip the resume. So that's why it's so important to catch an eye. Especially it's hard for an entry roles, internship, juniors position when they have hundreds of weekly applications to check. For most of the jobs recently, because of many layoffs, we see a lot of applicants weekly that we have to check. And as well as our hiring managers, it's a lot of work. So they're trying to keep it simple, keep it quick, to analyze the CVs and check whoever is best for them and proceed. So first of all, what is usually first look at the resume is a recent role. To figure out where is the person current status, why they might even be interested in a new role. So, for example, have they only been in this role for a few months? Is their most recent experience relevant to the position for which I'm or someone is hiring? So that's a first look to see whatever you're like the first requirement, if there's anything that is showing us what you're looking for. Next, on what they look depends on various factors, but the rest is as important as the first one. So profile summary if included, technical skills and softwares, overall experience, localizations, projects, so commercial or personal, anything. So that's the most important thing that needs to catch their eyes. So going through that, like the profile summary is the overview, of course, that everyone can quickly check. You can include who you are, what you're looking for, what area you would like to develop in. So any key information, any insight about yourself, you can put there. For hiring managers, for recruiters to quickly know who you are, what you're looking for, and what is your path of development. Technical skills, that's I think it's is most common. Quick check what you know, in what you're proficient in, how your skills match your responsibilities. So just a quick checkup if you fulfill the requirements in a job ad, and of course if there's any room for development in the future during the cooperation with the employer. Overall experience is a place where they look on career progression. So do you have an increasing level of responsibility, or maybe do the titles make sense? Do the responsibilities listed matches the job that you're looking for and you applied for? So everything that might be linked to the job you're looking for will be taken in consideration. Localization, which is not so common to look at, but many companies still is looking for people on site or hybrid. So it's important to list where you are currently, or maybe your desire to work. So if you would like to work remotely, hybrid, on site, it's still important for many companies to work on site, to brainstorm idea in the group meetings, in the office. So it's nice to put it in your resume, to not waste any of your time when you're going to the interview, you're preparing yourself, you're ready to get into that, and you're like hearing that, oh no, that job is not remote, so sorry, but you're not a fit. So it's as important for the employer as for you to not waste your time in the interview, to not match your needs and your requirement. And projects, of course, all the info about projects you completed, games you discovered, delivered, any personal projects, or any projects that you took part in. This includes like portfolio, personal page, anything that you can list as your work for people to check out and see your work development. What I wanted to as well say here, that even if you're a senior with 10 years of experience, never erase your first work. So if you have portfolio full of your work during these 10 years, it shows your progression, show how you grow as a professional, as an artist, and it show people that from one point you got to the senior role, and you deserve it because of your growth, because of your development, and what work you put in to be a better artist and better version of yourself. So and quickly about statistics, 85% of recruiters and hiring managers don't read full CV. So as said, that's why it's so important to pique an interest in your resume and have these exact things to pop in your resume, because that's the most important thing that they look on. Let's go to most common mistakes, because there are, of course, many mistakes that are in resume and as we see as a recruiters or hiring managers. But I would say these 6 are my pet peeves, and I really see many of those. And first of all, using MS Word's templates and formats. About templates, there are so many great templates online, and MS Words is not the best to format your resume, to show everything, especially as artists. Your creative side will not be shown in the MS Team templates. And as well, the format. Most of ATS, so recruitment system, are not opening Word format correctly. So we will need to download your resume, put it on the computer, or maybe upload it to the drive and read it externally out of the recruitment system. So I would rather suggest reconverting it to PDF if you decide to use MS Word templates and not to use Word format. So that's the first one. Too many pages is something that is connecting and to the first slide I showed you. So there's 30 seconds to check out your resume. So it's really important to have it consistent, clear, and short. So It's all about laying out your resume and all that. So it can be too long because people will not read that. You put your effort, you put time into creating your profile overview, your resume, and someone will just not read it out because there's too many pages. Fixing up first and third person. There's many mistakes like that. Like, you need to decide if you want to write your resume in first person and third person, or present tense or past tense. Pick a voice, pick a tense, and then stick with it. I would suggest the third person and the past tense. It's most common and most clear for many people. So to not start, I was doing this and this, just for example, designing this and that. So there's no I. There's more of a third person in your resume. Skilled showed on a weird scales. If I will have $5 on every resume with a scale that I didn't understand, I would be rich. For example, I saw many hard to read scales because of weird numbers of stars, or no legend saying what stars are meant, or like you would think that, like, on a scale with the stars you would consider 5 stars, but there was 7 stars. So I wasn't sure if 3 stars out of 7 was good or not. So I would say to keep it simple with maybe wording like basic, intermediate, advanced, or maybe just creating a scale that will be readable for your audience, like for recruiter, for hiring managers, and other people, to not get them confused with your skill proficient. What do we have else? Inconsistent information. Guys, your resume is one thing, but your LinkedIn profile must say the same thing about you as your resume. Of course, there can be some missing information, like responsibilities of the job or something like that, but dates or something like super important information like titles must be correct in LinkedIn and in your resume. So it's important to keep it as much the same as it could, because recruiters check it out. So if your resume doesn't match your LinkedIn profile, it gives a little red flag. So I would take a look at your LinkedIn profiles to make sure that there's everything up to date with your resume. And the last one, too generic, which is hard, which is tricky, because your resume will not fit every role. And as many of you were looking through job offers and saw responsibilities that you did previously, but it's not on your resume, and you think, okay, so should I put it? Should I not? What can I erase to put it down so there's not much, not enough, maybe there's not enough space to put it down. So it is crucial to have editable resume, to customize it to the requirements of the job that you're applying to. It takes a while, but it's worth it. We have many responsibilities as a specialist, so there is not always the opportunity to squeeze everything in one document. When you're looking for one job, there's other responsibilities done in other companies. So it is so important to be able to customize it and change it a little bit for the job that you would like to apply, and you really know that you're fitting for. So that was all about most common mistakes. I don't know if you have any questions on that, or maybe on the previous slide, or we can just go through the questions at the end. Mhm. Yeah, like if there's something that catches the eye, or like we see that it's matching in 70%, then we read the whole resume, especially before the interview or before HR screening. We are reading the whole resume to be sure that there is everything that we want to know, or maybe there is something missing that we want to ask about, or anything to clarify. So yeah, if there's something interesting and fitting, we're reading the whole thing. All right. Let me go further. So, tools for CV creations. I would personally recommend Canva, as it's the best tool, fully customizable and free. It has a lot of templates to choose from minimalist to super creative. It's easy to work with, and you can download it in many formats. Mm, I used before Resume.io and as well Resume.com, but they have some maybe not the best features, as one can only be downloaded in TXT version. Then we need to convert it to PDF to apply with it. And but Resume.com, for example, has LinkedIn import, so it is super quick to import your LinkedIn profile and then fill it out with anything more that you would like to include in your resume. So it's super quick, but there's not many customization options. So every tool has some flaws, but I would from down to my heart, I would recommend Canva, as it's the best tool. And I will show you in a second a few propositions of laying out your resume in Canva, because I use that tool as well for many of my projects, presentations, or just my resume as well. So I will show you how to lay it out. I guess many of you know that tool. It's super common to use in many branches of art, and yeah, many people use it. It's super popular. So I will show you one resume that I created from. It's like a draft, like I made the whole thing out, so it's not a real person, so there is no GDPR involved. Let me just switch out the card. So first of all, sorry, but my Canva is in Polish, so don't look it up. Like all the other all around, it's in Polish, so I'm so sorry, but what we will focus on are the resumes. So I created 4 versions of the same CV to show you how you can change it out, how you can lay it out. So first, and really common way to lay out your resume is dividing it by the 2. The profile summary, your name, your position is on the left side with maybe career highlights, contact information, of course, portfolio, LinkedIn, any links that you would like to include are on the left side. And the work experience, projects, technical skills are on the right side. So it's important to choose 2 to 3 colors and stick to the theme, so you will be consistent in your resume. I would say more than 3 colors are too much, so it's best to keep it out with 2, maybe 3 colors, and not super like bright. Maybe 1 bright and 2 more of the natural colors, to not overwhelm your audience as a recruiters and hiring managers. So let me zoom in a little bit. And as you can see, the photo is optional. There's no need for a photo. If you would like to put it out, you can, but it's not a requirement. So as you feel, the photo is optional. I put on the left side a profile summary of my imaginary friend, Richard Sanchez. He put a few words about him, who he is, what he's looking for, and what is his job, as well as his portfolio and LinkedIn. So for everyone, he can just put it here, and the recruiter, when it see, can click it and check out his website, his portfolio, or LinkedIn. As well, we have career highlights. It can be as well in profile summary, so it can be all in one, or if you have more space in your resume, you can divide it and call it as achievements as well. So if you achieve something that you would like to brag about, it's the best place as well to put it there. We have some personal interest and hobbies, which is really important, and many people are forgetting about it. But remember, your hobbies, your personal interests are as much important as other things, because it's linking you and it's connecting you with the people on the other side of the screen. So if the recruiter or hiring manager that you're meeting in the interview as well like books, like my colleague here, you can chat about it, and he can create a small talk about the books, and you can create a relation here based on your interest and similar interests. So it's as well building the connections, networking for the future. Even if this will not give you a job, maybe it will give you a job in the future because of your connections and your networking. And as well, at the end, we have contact details, so it's super simple. We have phone number, email, and address. Super simple. Going from the top on the other side, on the right, we have work experience, which is most important, and I would say it is best to have it as far up top as possible. To link everything that you were working on, your responsibilities, or anything like that, as well as location of the job and dates. So there's not always needed to be months or day, but it's best to have month as well to give an overview. If you have a lot of work experience before and you have like 7 employers, like I would say months are not so important, but if as well you can put it down. It's no harm for anyone. If you are an intern, I would put it down as well. If you just put intern without game design intern, no one will know what you did. So I would really focus on putting down what you do and what you did as an intern, because it's as well important. So it is safer to not include the photo, but yeah, it's optional. I always include the photo, but it's about how you feel with it. But it shouldn't affect your process. Yeah. Color, of course, especially if you're an artist, show yourself. Mhm, mhm. Um, yeah, you can, like, it's about accessibility. If someone will unfortunately miss your portfolio in the resume, they will find it again in the email. So yeah, it wouldn't hurt if we include that twice. No, no. I would say no, but for USA is kind of strict about it, and when in Europe and other part of the globe, we are trying to like catch the attention and be more creative, be more free about it. Most of USA companies are looking at it USA based because it's not about ownership, it's more about basing and location. They're looking for something simple, so black and white, and with keywords. So I would say only USA has the strict requirement to have it simple as possible, and black and white. Yeah, yeah. They it's just because they use the AI in analyzing the resume. So with the creative ones, with the colorful and really really like colorful, it's not showing on the AI the keywords. So they are requiring the Word the MSA Word templates and Word format because that's what AI can read, to be honest. Mhm, mhm. So I would say having a reel, having a portfolio when it comes to animation is super important to show your actual skills because it will not be shown on a paper. And sometimes like it is great to have listed all of your previous employer, all of the skills that you know, but your reel will show what you really are doing, what you know, as well as in next stages of the recruitment, there can be like a test assignment that will show that your reel was really, really yours. So there are some exceptions in the industry when we heard about stealing someone reel and saying that it's our own when it's not. So like many companies wants you to prove that your reel is like really what you can do, and your experience is connecting with that. As if you're senior and you're showing in your reel amazing animation skills and your work is top notch, show that on the test assignment as well, and you have the job in your pocket. Yeah. A must skills, experience, like that's basic, but I would say if you have project or you can tell on what project you were working on or you're currently working, if there is no NDA, I would put it in your work experience, like I don't know, company XYZ. You did something, something, something. You were responsible for this and that project I worked on in these companies. Super Mario Bros. Something, something. So it is great to show the projects specifically that you worked on, and as well location. It's again changing, but the COVID and all the remote work, it was really easy. But now many companies are coming back to the office. So I would say to for you to not waste your time, which is precious, I would include your preference of work, so remote, hybrid, on-site, and as well your location, or maybe your desire to relocate if you'd like to. Tough to read. When it's too much. So when we squeeze it too much and there's that much information that the text is so little that you need to zoom it out, and you can read it out. If, for example, you have 10, 15 years of experience and there's no space to fit your responsibilities, put it in your LinkedIn so people can be quickly redirected there and read your responsibilities. So yeah, having too much and squeezing it with the super small text is totally not readable. Guys, if any of you will have any questions, you can also reach me on LinkedIn. And yeah, so that will be all from me. And thank you so much for joining. Oh, I think I saw someone raise their hand.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry.
All right. So thank you so much, guys, for joining today. It was lovely to meet you all and tell you something more about my work personally, and give you some tips and advice on giving and landing your new job. So thank you so much, and have an amazing afternoon and an amazing weekend because it's close. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, bye-bye.